Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube. Here, bringing you with another episode of 7 Levels with Lionheart. I'm your host, Lion, and I'm super excited about our episode today. Guys, thank you so much for the support that you guys have been bringing in on the other episodes. I've really appreciated it. I hope you guys took a chance to check out our last episode with Precision. Check it out. There should be like a little button you can click up at the top to take you to that. But again, I'm gonna say this every episode because I need y'all's help. If there's someone else that you guys want me to interview, please let me know who it is so I can reach out to them and help by liking, subscribing, and sharing all this content so that people can see that this is a really fun thing to do and an awesome thing to do. But without further ado, a person that a lot of our other content creators that have been on already has said, yo, you need to get this guy, you need to get him to do it. It'll be fun. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And we finally made our schedules line up. We get to interview ShinePatrol. So welcome to the show, ShinePatrol. How you doing, man?
Good. How's it going, Lion? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad you made it. ShinePatrol, now is when I usually give people an opportunity to kind of talk about themselves a little bit. Go ahead and tell people about your channel. What do you do?
I started streaming on Twitch about 2 years ago. My main passion is Pokemon. It always has been. It's been a huge part of my life. So I knew I could, make content doing this because it's something I actually love to do. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just playing a game that gets high view ratings and just like hate my life. You know what I mean? Like, I'm playing something I love to do, and that's why it's just so easy and natural for me. So what we do, first thing I would like to make it clear is I never wanted to build a channel. I don't consider it my channel. What I wanted to build and create was a community. And a community where we can all come together, a safe place where we can talk about Pokemon and basically just cheer each other on when we're hunting for shinies. That's mainly what I do is I shiny hunt. I do a little bit of other stuff, but for the most part, I'm known to be a bit of a mad lad when it comes to shiny hunting. So, um, we're constantly doing shiny hunts. We're doing community shiny hunts. We're doing big events with. We just had a massive event called Dynamax Adventure Showdown, which was massive. I think there was like over 140 content creators involved, and it was just it turned out to be this something that I didn't really see possible, but it just blew me out of the water. So it was a lot of fun. The community really loved it. The main purpose of doing events like this was just to solidify the strength in the Pokemon community, in the Twitch community, because at the end of the day, we're all doing the same thing. We're part of this community whether we like it or not. And the thing I love about Twitch is like when I first started on Twitch, I thought like it was going to be like dog eat dog world out there and everyone's fighting over viewership, and it's like, oh, like what are you doing? Those are my viewers, like back off. But I was pleasantly surprised to see that we all support each other, and we always raid each other, we host each other. You know what I mean? It's just like we're all part of the same community, and we're all like we're just doing it together, and it's just I don't know, man. Twitch has something special, and I love it. I feel right at home. So
That's awesome. Yeah, you're speaking of that Dynamax Showdown. I loved that, and I will confess, I messed it up, and I feel bad. I feel like I let my team down. I was on SMARPY's team, or the
Team Ultra.
I was on Team Ultra, and I messed up my date reset, and then I don't remember exactly what happened, the circumstance of me messing that up, but I messed up I was like ready to go live like the hour it started, because I had free time like the first 2 hours that it went live, and I was so excited. I jumped into it, and literally on my first den adventure I got like a shiny unpheasant, And then I went and checked the date, and I was like, wait, what day is it? What day is today? And
Oh, dude,
it was still, it was, I somehow, I was still set to the day before, and I was like, all right, like I could beg and I could go in and beg and plead. I was like, but then literally everyone's gonna try to beg and plead or whatever. So I was like,
yeah.
whatever, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna, yes, but Team
Well,
Ultra
I
ended up
mean,
winning, right? You
m-
were Ultra, right? Or
mistake,
Miss
no,
or
mistake number one was you weren't on Team Legend.
Legend, yeah.
Team Legend won, yeah.
Team Legend won, and it wasn't super close, right? It was like by like 30 points or something like that. Do I remember it correctly?
It was a big victory, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
We'll take it.
yeah. And so I can't wait for that. I'm sure you guys are already cooking up another really awesome thing, so I can't wait to
But
do
yeah, like
that.
I mean it was fun with like all the memes and all the banter
Oh,
between
the
the two teams
memes,
and the shit talking. And it's just like it was so much
hilarious.
fun.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's a huge part of it. It was fun for everyone to do that. But at the end of the day, like I feel like we all win just for being a part of something like that. You know what I mean? Like just because Team Legend won point wise, like we all won by having like the best weekend we've had shiny hunting in a long time. Because a lot of people actually came up to me DM wise in my chat, just basically thanking me, telling me that this weekend got them back into shiny hunting when they basically either gave up on it or just lost interest. And it's just like it sparked that joy again for them. So that was really cool.
And something I was noticing a lot was I know like some people got some of their first raids during that, right? Because like a whole lot of people got super excited about streaming it. So a whole lot of people were streaming it, and then a whole lot of raids got passed down, like the chain effect of raids, and that I thought if you were from my perspective, I was like, man, that's like the special thing because that kind of harps back on what you were saying earlier. Like the Pokemon community on Twitch is a whole lot different than like the dog eat dog community, like you were saying. So yeah,
Yeah.
that was really
Yeah,
fun.
no. Yeah, it was really cool because like I made it clear at the beginning of the event, like, like if when you're done your stream, like just let's keep it like that's what I wanted to do. Like every time I was looking to raid at the end of my stream, I was like, okay, who's doing the event? Who's streaming? Like I didn't care if they're Team Ultra or Team Legend, didn't matter.
Right.
At the end of the day, like I wanted like everyone just to kind of, and it was cool because like a lot of people came up to me and they're like they stopped streaming. Like a lot of people like started streaming again because of
Yeah.
that event.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Exactly.
and yeah, like a lot of, doesn't matter your community size, but a lot of content creators that were involved in this event did grow. They did see growth, and it's just really cool to see. And I mean, I like the how it all started was initially like I don't know if you were around for the Wild Area Showdown, but that was the original event, the first Showdown event, and that was like an idea that I had like a long time ago, and I just never felt like the right time. I was always too busy, and it's just like all of a sudden I just kind of went for it, and that event took off too. It wasn't as big as this one, but that's where it all started, and then everyone was excited about the Dynamax Adventure Showdown, and then it just blew up after that. So
Well, I'm telling you, we're all really excited for the next thing that happens, whatever it's going to end up being. But I have a particular question for you. I've been, I've known you, I don't know, maybe around a year, maybe a little less than that or something like that. But I've seen some of your content put out here and there, and I've seen you on different things. But something I've noticed about you that I think is really interesting is your charity event. If I well, maybe it wasn't. You could tell me a little bit better. Could you just tell me what your process is in charity through Twitch? Like, what do you like to do?
um so for me, I would like to do at least one charity stream per month. I try my best to do that, but I mean, like things get busy. It's hard to fit it in sometimes, and it just doesn't work. But for the most part, like I've done quite a few charity streams. Um, I did one really big one for my local SPCA, which was really cool. We raised I think it was close to like 1,500 US dollars, which is huge because I live in Canada. So that money goes a long way up here. So
I,
dropping off that check to the local SPCA, it was a really cool experience. I went with my brother Gizmo, and they were just like they were just shocked, and like people just don't donate that much money to a local SB. Like it's just not often. Like sometimes they get donos like that, but it's not often, right? So
right. And that's actually the actual thing that I was referring to. I saw that clip. I watched that clip of you guys going in and dropping the check off, and I think
oh yeah,
that's
yeah.
super cool. That's super cool. Was that okay? I've always wondered though. Did it were like what was the feeling of like when you pulled up? You knew you had the check. You pulled up in the parking lot. What was the feeling of like?
Bro, I went with straight cash.
Oh, that's wild. That is
We went to
wild.
the bank and I dropped off straight cash. There was no check.
Oh my gosh. Like, so did it just
Well, I
feel?
mean, because like I didn't have like normally when you do a charity stream, like it you have it donate straight to the charity, but this time it basically I had to go through me and go through my PayPal and all this stuff. So I had to
Yeah,
basically uh I had to grab money from three different locations because I did a personal donation as well, and then I had to grab it from PayPal, and it was this big ordeal. But anyways, I basically had to go to the bank and pull it out, so I had all cash.
yeah. That PayPal stuff can get tricky like that. But
Yeah, I mean, because there's fees and stuff, and there's
yeah,
a yeah,
yeah.
but
Luckily,
we made it work.
Tiltify's changing the world with that stuff, though. I mean, but anyways, yeah. I've been super impressed with dropping that fat stack of cash off at the SPCA, and just I loved like what out of all the charities in the world, I guess what I really want to know is how did you land on a local animal shelter? Is there like a passion behind that? Is there anything
Yeah,
you're
I mean,
interested?
so my community, I love animals, and like so does basically my whole community. A lot of members of the Shine Squad take in rescues. So this was like a big thing that like my community wanted, not just me.
Mm,
So we
awesome.
were thinking like, do we do like WWF, which is the big like wildlife charity as well? Um, but then I also just kind of threw it out there. I was like, what if we did? Because like everyone was talking about like all the rescues they took in. I'm like, well, what if we keep it local and we just take it to my local SPCA? And like everyone was just all for it. So that's kind of how we landed on it.
Wow. That's great. It was literally a community charity event, though. You know what I mean? So
100%. Yeah.
that's
And the coolest thing, like the response of all these people donating to it, it's like, it just blew my mind because it's like I'm like this is for my local town, and like I'm getting donations from people all over the world, you know what I mean? So it's just like it's just cool to see that like
oh
people
yeah,
still care about the cause. It doesn't matter if it's in their own local town, you know what I mean? So it's just really cool to see,
that is
you
really
know.
interesting. Huh. Never thought about it like that. That's super
Yeah,
cool. Well, Shine Patrol, we are here today to play 7 levels. So I'm gonna take a second. I'm gonna explain the rules of 7 levels and the overall idea, and then we're gonna get started. So basically 7 levels is something that I kind of schemed up because I've noticed that Twitch chat and streaming isn't always the best area for people to be able to really get into depth talking about things, because the nature of a stream is usually bam bam bam, you gotta like be on it, you gotta keep moving.
oh yeah.
So you can't always like linger on a certain thing and really explain yourself to its fullest context in the way that you might mean. And I don't
Yeah,
know about you, but I'm sure I definitely have been in the area where I've been like, I said something that probably got taken the wrong way or wasn't unfolded all the way or something like that. So I thought it'd be nice to have like a little like I don't know. It's kind of like a game show. It's kind of like a podcast, but it's something in between, and that's a good fun thing that where it just gives the content creators a little bit more opportunity to really unfold a lot more things than they would about some fairly common questions, and then some fairly not so common questions. And so as we progress through 7 levels, the first couple questions are going to be really shallow, and then they're going to get harder and harder, or deeper and deeper, as we should say, as we go. Sound good?
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay. Level 1 of 7 levels for Shine Patrol. I'm super excited. I've been thinking about your questions for some time now, because we've been in communications about this for about a month. But man, so much has gone on
I
between like
know,
the
man. I've
release
been
of
so
Brilliant
busy.
Diamond and like, well, it's just everyone's busy with the release
Yeah,
of
I
it.
know,
So
man. But
uh,
yeah,
so I'm excited because I've had some time to think about these, and I'm pretty
perfect.
excited. Um, your first question for level 1. What's your favorite holiday?
Favorite holiday?
Yeah.
Oof, that's a tough one, man. I gotta pick one.
You could pick a couple if
uh,
you wanted to. You give me your top two, maybe. I'd probably have to limit you at two, if you wanted to
okay,
pick more than one.
living me at two. Favorite holidays? We're gonna go Christmas and Halloween, dude.
Christmas and
That's
Halloween.
it.
That's
That's
awesome.
it.
Okay. So do you have a memory of like the best Christmas or the best Halloween you've ever had?
Um, best Christmas. Honestly, for me, like it's hard to pick one best Christmas just because Christmas in my family is just very um we don't really focus on like gifts or anything. We do this really fun thing where you basically have a $20 limit. You either pick a boy gift or a girl gift, and we all do that. And then basically it's a game where you pick a gift, and then someone can either steal that gift or pick a new one. And it's just like this really fun thing that we do with our family. So like it also like, stirs up some shit too, because like, if someone steals a good gift from you,
Yeah.
it's just a really fun thing we do every year. And it just kind of takes away the stress of having to like buy gifts for everyone, because I have a really big family. So but for me, the reason why I love Christmas so much is because it's not often that we get our whole family together in one place, and we get to sit down at the table with some really good food. That's the main thing right there, the really good
Okay.
food, okay?
Yeah. Okay. I feel that.
I'm
Yeah.
talking second plates, third plates, maybe a fourth, I don't know.
Yeah.
But really good food, and it's just like the family time for me. I'm a huge family guy myself. Family is super important to me. That's probably number one thing in my life is my family. So that's why I love Christmas so much. I mean, I remember like as a kid getting like some really awesome like Christmas gifts and stuff, like getting my first Game Boy, getting Pokemon Blue. That was pretty lit. That's where it all began. Um
Dude, that's one of my earliest Christmas memories. It was getting Pokemon
right?
Blue. That's
I'll never
wild.
forget it, dude. Never forget it.
Yeah,
Right?
it's crazy. Wild.
And yeah, and then there was another Christmas where I got this really sick. This was when I was younger, but it was this really sick like tricycle lowrider Batmobile. Bro,
Oh,
that thing was sick.
solid. That's
So there's little
awesome.
things like that you just don't forget, you
Yeah.
know?
Okay, so you also mentioned Halloween. What's the best costume you think you ever wore?
Best costume? Well, I just recently did Danny Phantom on stream. That was pretty fun.
That was
Um
better. You think so? Would you say your adult costumes have gotten better than your childhood costumes? You think?
Yeah, I would say so. Just because you got more money to play with. We got adult money now, right? So we
Right.
can,
You
you know
saw.
what I mean. So
You've also
when you're
done
a
a
kid, you
Gengar,
just
right?
kind of it's whatever your parents get you, right?
So
So
so true. You've
and the
also
the
done a
year
Gengar.
previous, I did Gengar.
Yeah,
Yes, that was
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen
yeah,
both those.
Gengar was fun.
The Danny Phantom was solid. Was pretty solid.
Yeah. So
And
it's not Halloween per se, but I had a sub goal, and so for them reaching that sub goal, I'm going to be doing a Team Galactic cosplay stream coming up soon here for BDSP. So
oh,
I think I'm going with Cyrus.
Cyrus. You know what's funny? I just beat him. I haven't had a whole lot of time to do the campaign. I literally just beat him like an hour before we started this interview. So just you gonna get
Well,
the blue hair and
I'm at
everything,
the
slick it back.
briefcase.
Do what?
I'm at the
Oh
briefcase.
yeah, because you're shiny hunting. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah,
Well, no, I do have a save file that I have 3 badges right now, so I'm kind of playing that one in my spare time to get set up for like some poke radar and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm not rushing through the game by any means. I love Gen 4, so
yeah.
it's just it's Christmas came early.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been real fun. And like you said, it's been great for everyone's stream. But okay, Shine Patrol, that is level 1. Not too bad, right? Feeling all right?
We made it. Level 1, let's go.
Level 2. If you could have any superpower, what would you have?
Oh my goodness. Any superpower, what would I have?
Mm-hmm.
This is only one, right? Not
Yeah,
two.
one power. You only get one.
um, I think I'd want to fly.
Flight. What would you do with it?
What can I do with it? I'd fly wherever I wanted, whenever I wanted.
So
Like,
I guess how would you? I guess you're right. That was a dumb question. How would you utilize it? Like, in what way do you imagine yourself flying, and like bettering your life? You know what I mean? Like, you just like not have a
um,
car anymore, or like what? Like
well,
what?
I mean, why would I?
Yeah, true, true.
I mean, unless it's really cold out, right? Like, I don't want to go flying when it's like freezing cold outside, but I mean, if I wake up in the morning, I want to go to the Bahamas, I'm just gonna fly to the Bahamas, you know?
So how
So
fast do you think you could fly then? If you have flight, how you know what I mean?
I only got 2 speeds, man, and a lot of G fuels. So what do you think?
Just zooming, huh?
Oh, we zoom in.
Well, cool. I uh I think this one's always interesting. This question is because it is a question that activates two parts of people's like minds, and it's like basically like what is the thing that really annoys me on a personal level, which is like it's like so like what kind of power do I wish I had that would overcome this thing that like really that I hate on a personal level, right? And so you said flying, mine would be super speed. So it's like the same thing, right? Like I just want to be
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
want to be somewhere like that, right? Like I
yeah,
wanted to just be
yeah,
able to go and be there. But
100%. And for me, like traveling is something that I really want to do. Like, it's a huge thing on my bucket list to see majority of the world, and it's just like I haven't really ever been in a financial stable place to be able to do that much. Like I've done a
mm,
little bit of traveling, but I want to eventually get to that place where I do have that stability and I can travel more. And so that's always something that I've wanted to do and just haven't, had the time or yeah. So
yeah, it's tough, dude. Freaking airplanes are expensive. So if
it's
you
so expensive, man.
yeah, so I hope you learn how to fly. That way you don't have to pay that fare
Right?
because that's insane. But yeah, flight would be great. What do you
But
think?
there's so many options of really cool powers too. So it's such a hard thing to answer, but it's just like I feel like flying is just it checks off a lot of things that I would like to be able to do. You know what I mean? There are a lot. It's hard to choose, man. It's really hard to choose,
Yeah.
but I
So
think I'm gonna stick with flight.
if you were a superhero that had flight, uh, what do you think? What do you think though? The like, okay, sorry, this is a silly question, but if you were a superhero and you had flight, what would be the villain that you frequently have to like fight that isn't like a super villain? It's just like that annoying villain. So basically, like who's like the Team Galactic grunt of your superhero flight essence?
SMARPY.
SMARPY. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I see
Got him.
I see I can't wait. I can't wait. I see the clickbait
He put me
already.
on blast on Twitter, man. I told him I hit him back.
There it is. There it is. SMARPY's a Team Galactic grunt. You heard it. You heard it from ShinePatrol first. I love it. So good. Well, very good. That is level 2. Uh moving on. Level 3. Just so you know, things are starting to get a little bit deeper. Okay? So,
I'm starting to sweat, man.
level 3. Shine. What is your what is a very fond memory you have of your best friend growing up?
A fond memory of my best friend growing up. Um, hmm. I would say so for me, my mom had a daycare when I was younger.
Oh, cool.
Um, and my friend Danny and his sister ended up coming to that daycare when they were like 2 years old. So like I've known Danny since we were two. So that was kind of like my childhood best friend, and we did a lot together. Um, Probably my fondest memories is just being young and having N64 and just getting a 12 pack of Coca-Cola and just pulling an all-nighter, just gaming.
Solid.
Just staying up all night drinking Coca-Cola, man.
Solid. I love it.
I
Yeah.
need a lot more than Coca-Cola to do it these days. I can't pull all-nighters like I used to.
Well, it's a good
So,
thing you got a lot of G Fuel now, right?
yep,
There you
yep.
go. Man. So, what kind of games were you and your friend playing?
We played a lot of like Smash Bros, a lot of like playing Star Wars Pod Racer. I don't know if you played that on
Oh yeah, the
N64, but that was
old
a lot of
school
fun.
one. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. I had my rounds on it. Yeah, I'll say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And we used to play some like old school like Diablo and stuff like that, and um a lot of Mortal Kombat too.
Oh, old school
Um
Mortal Kombat. That was fun.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just yeah, and we did a lot together, and um yeah, I mean, we don't really talk too much anymore. Like we still do every once in a while, but that connection is always going to be there. Like I feel like childhood friendships are those, like, they're just so pure. You know what I mean? Like it's before like life gets chaotic. It's before you have like responsibilities. It's
Oh
before you
yeah.
have your own shit going on, and it's just like
Hmm.
it's just pure, and you're just always going to have that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah.
You bring up such a great point. I think about this often. It's like it's so interesting to see how things change. And it's like because it's so inevitable. This is the world we live in. Things like we get older and we have more responsibilities. It's like the Peter Pan effect, right? It's like this
Yeah.
weird it's just like this weird idea of like you don't ever want to grow old, but
I
you
mean,
have
I'm trying not to grow up, but I still have to do some adult stuff every once in a while. It's inevitable, but we try our best.
that yeah, so how do you I'm curious, how do you feel about that? I mean, so do you mind me asking how old you are?
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm 32.
32.
Yep.
I'm 30. So
Yep.
I wonder because I you know what we're both streamers and so we both deal with Twitch chat and most of the time uh people should not say their ages on in Twitch. It's just a very safe rule to not say age.
Yeah.
But we can always tell when someone is probably of the younger generation, I should say. The people that will come after us, we'll call them. And what's your kind of like take on that? Like, you've been the kid who's staying up all night playing Nintendo 64 with a lot of Coca-Cola. And but now gaming has changed so differently and so has connectivity with like friendships, like online friendships. Like you and I didn't have online friendships growing up. Like it wasn't until we hit a certain age that we got online friendships. But like, um,
Yeah.
so how do you, how as a streamer that could potentially have a younger generation that is learning online friendships and or just friendships in general differently, how do you handle like maybe like um leading them, mentoring them? I mean, you're the streamer they are watching. What do you try to impart to the generation that is actually completely different than what our generation was?
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge thing, the change in the generation, just because like, when I was a kid, it's, if I wanted to hang out with my friend, I would have to, call his landline phone, and his mom or dad would answer, and I'd be like, "Hey, can Danny come out and play today?" Like,
Yeah.
and if it was a yes, then we would pick a place and time to meet somewhere, or I would go to their house or vice versa. But it's like nowadays, it's just like you can talk to anyone at any time wherever you are. So it's just like, and at the end of the day, like, the internet is a great place, but it can also be a dangerous place. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
it's like,
Yeah.
we gotta be aware, and we gotta be, careful of like what we're doing, and realize that, Twitch is a platform. And the way I see this platform is, we have a voice, we have a platform, and if we don't use that platform and that voice for good, you know what I mean? Like, what's the point? You know what I mean? So like, I look at it as an opportunity to, give some advice. Like, I've I've made poor choices in my life, and I've made good choices, and I've gone through a lot of stuff. So it's like,
Hmm.
I can speak from experience. So it's like, if I can say a positive thing, or, give some advice, and if at least one person in the chat takes something from it, then I'm doing something, right? So it's just like,
Hmm.
I feel like we always got to be aware that at the end of the day, whether we're going to be a mature streamer or not, like, there's going to be younger kids in our chat. Like, that's just the reality. So we got to understand that, and just like, I do what I can to make sure that my community is safe. I have a great mod team that is always on top of the chat when I can't always be on top of the chat. But I do everything I can in my power to make my community safe, and the mod team does that as well. And the second I feel someone's not, being treated well, or they're not feeling comfortable, we take care and we handle that situation. And it's usually a bop.
Solid band hammer. Gotta love them.
Yeah, no, I don't hesitate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's I got zero tolerance for that shit. So at the end of the day, I want everyone to feel safe, and if you're not making someone feel safe in my community, you're gone.
I definitely feel like that's something the Pokemon community is a lot better at than other communities are on Twitch in because man, you're so right. I mean, you're just so right because like a lot of the people, I always tell people that there's like three people. There's three people watching Twitch. One is a person that wants to learn how to play a game.
Yeah.
One is a person that wants to like teach people how to play a game. We've all got those backseat gamers that would just like hop in and want to like run things. And the other one that is just someone who needs a place to be, and
Yep.
that's that person that really like I think as like streamers that we gotta like look
Or
out
they're all
for.
three.
Yeah, oh yeah, often yeah, people mix and match that for sure. Like definitely like
Yeah.
those overlap 100%. But I think that that person that really needs a place to be is like the a very important person that streamers need to identify really quickly to make sure that they are like represented and just I think you put it really well. Just like protected like and
Yeah.
accepted like it's just like
Yeah.
I think it's
Well,
important.
so the way I look at it is, you got to realize that, I'm streaming for whatever it is, whether it's 6 to 12 hours, right? Um, that's a long time, okay? And for me to expect someone to sit there and watch me for that amount of time, you know what I mean? That's a lot of someone's free time. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
that's their free time that they're choosing to watch you, right? So I feel like a lot of people don't really think of it that way, and it's just like for me it's like I feel like I truly need to do something to earn that time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like when someone's part of a community, they don't have to be there. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like they
Mm-hmm.
don't have to show up every day. But they want to because they want to support you and they want to be a part of your community. But at the same time, I feel like as a content creator, as someone who's, organizing a community like this, you really need to do something to earn it. It's not like this isn't given. You know what I mean? Like you can't just like turn on the camera and just be a dick. You know what I mean? Like you got to earn it.
Yeah.
So,
And it's and at this day and age, like it's almost like the bare minimal is offer a safe space. Like, right? Like that should be
yeah,
a standard, but it's
that should be a standard. 100%.
yeah.
But it's unfortunately not, but I
It's
mean
not. Yeah.
it should be. And I just feel like the category that we stream in being Pokemon, we're gonna have a younger crowd, and that's just the reality of it. But we're also gonna have the crowd like us that grew up when Pokemon came out, and we can't put it down.
Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like wow. That would be a super interesting like case study of like does does current Pokemon genre like content consumers just skip all of the toxic like this is us, we're up here because we're old, and then this is like all the new
Yeah,
players, and but like
yeah,
everything in here is like Call of Duty, Fortnite, and all just like a bunch like all the toxic stuff's like in the middle almost like that's probably I'm sure it's not completely true, but I'd be really curious to see if there literally is something about that that's just like we have Pokemon on Twitch has older content creators and younger content consumers. I wonder if that's
100%,
I wonder if that's
100%.
yeah, that's so
Yeah,
interesting. Huh.
but I mean, a good chunk of viewership is people like us too, right? I mean, there's
Oh
a
yeah,
good,
for
I would
sure.
say a good chunk are, gravitate to my age as well, but there is that younger crowd as well. You know what I mean? So it's like you gotta kind of, it's kind of hard to like, appease to both, but I feel like I do what I can to do that. Um, like my content has grown and developed from when I first started. I originally came out the gate being 100% family friendly, and yeah, that didn't last very long. I mean, I had the best intentions, right? But it's just like at the end of the day, um, I felt like it's really hard to do that 100% family friendly on Twitch just because constantly I felt every minute or so I'd have to be like, "Oh, please don't say that. We're family friendly. Please don't say that. We're family friendly." And it just kind of like it was killing it for me. Like just like it was hard to make content when I had to do that every like couple minutes. You know what I mean? So it's just like, and like it kind of turns people away too. It's like they come into a chat and they don't say anything too bad, but it's like. It's like,
Right.
okay, well, I'm just gonna be told I can't say anything. I'm gonna go see someone else. You know what I mean? So it's like, I have huge respect for people that can do the 100% family friendly because I mean I gave it a try, and for me personally, like it was just one of those things too. It's like where in my normal speech in life, I do swear, so it's just like for me to just like not swear on stream, it was just like it wasn't hard to not swear, but it's just like it just I don't know. I feel like it can be more free. I can be more myself. So I feel like that change, and it was a community decision as well. It wasn't just my decision. I kind of brought it up to the community, and they were just kind of all for it. So we just kind of grew. We kind
Mm,
of grew out of the family friendly. So
mm. You know what's super interesting? you have mentioned the word that's in your level 6 question so many times. I had two questions planned out just depending on how this interview goes, and now I'm almost like, yeah, we're gonna talk about this thing. So just so you know,
Okay.
we are tracking for your level 6 question, and
Perfect.
I love it. But
I'm
that
skipping
being,
levels.
yeah, you're
I'm a
just
pro.
you're ahead of the
Pro gamer
game.
over here. I'm skipping levels.
Super pro. Uh,
Speedrunner.
okay, so that being said, that was, I really appreciate all that conversation for level 3, because that was, we don't have to get that deep level 3, but I always appreciate it that we can get that deep in
Yeah, for sure.
level 3. So that being said, here's your level 4. This is the halfway marker. If you get past this, you're halfway through. Okay, so you just said you're 32. I'm 30, so we might have similar opinions about this. What song defines your teenage years?
What song defines my teenage years?
Yeah,
Bro. My teenage years was a lot of Nirvana.
you're all about Nirvana. Do you have like one you really love?
I don't listen to it much anymore, but like when I was in high school, I had the long skater hair, I had the tight
Yeah,
girl jeans,
yeah.
the skateboard and the leather jacket, the whole 9 yards. So, yeah. Uh for me, um maybe oh, I can't even think about it. Uh I don't know, like, when I was in growing up, I listened to a lot of, like, just your typicals 90s stuff, like Blink-182,
I love Blink.
um, yeah, Sum 41, stuff like that. Um, yeah, I mean, I can't think of, like, a specific song that was my teenage years, but, like, it's anytime I go on a road trip, it's always, like, 90s alternative rock, the good stuff before they stop making music.
Yeah.
Before the TikTok songs.
Oh my gosh, don't even get me started, dude. Yeah, I I I always think music is an interesting perspective because sometimes I'll like throw on those like Spotify 90s playlists and then be like, "Oh yeah, that was a song back then." Like I'll like forget there were songs, but because like I have my songs imported like into Spotify of the ones that I was like, this song was like important to me. So, uh you mentioned Blink-182. I freaking love Blink-182. Fall Out Boy, yeah,
Yep.
I
Yep.
love Fall Out Boy. Like anything in that pop punk genre of
Yep.
it was just like really solid. Um, what
Weezer.
Weezer? Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Super.
Say It Ain't So is probably like that's my jam, dude.
Okay. I gotta.
That's my jam.
The most underrated Weezer song ever. Perfect Situation. Do you know that one?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that song. I was like, how did Beverly Hills make it on the radio, but Perfect
Right?
Situation didn't make it on. I was like, what in the world? But okay, it's
I
fine.
mean, Beverly Hills is a very catchy song, though.
It's super
That's why it
catchy.
did well on the radio. It's super catchy.
It is super catchy. But um, so what do you think it is about teenage formative years that makes us cling to like a genre? Because I would say as an adult now, and I don't know if you are like this or not, but like I'm definitely okay with like a whole lot more music and food and like different types of everything. I'm just like games, even video games, even like I'm not just so specified into a certain genre. And but I feel like it's more true with music than it is like the other stuff I mentioned. So what do you think it is about the teenage years that makes us like really cling to a culture?
It's because like when you're a teen, you're going through changes. Like your body's changing. You're figuring out who you are as a person. You're figuring out what your values are, what your morals are, and like you're growing, you're developing, and it's just like music is just like that outlet where we can just like either relate to or something to, aspire to be as, you know what I mean? So like I feel like the songs we listened to growing up are like really those lyrics we're really like looking for something to relate to, or like kind of like a path of like where we need to be going, you know what I mean? So it's just like I feel like we're more spongy when we're younger, you know what I
Oh
mean? We're
yeah,
absorbing more.
it's a good word.
And so I think that's why. And it's just like now we can the cool thing now is we can listen to those same songs, and it brings us back to that. Like we never lose that feeling when like when we hear songs like that. When I hear Say It Ain't So by Weezer, it brings me back, you know what I mean? And it's just it's the coolest thing like with 90s music. It's like when I put on one of those playlists, like I could like not have heard that song for like 15 years, but I play that song, and for some reason, I still know every lyric.
Yeah.
Like, we can still sing along to the whole song. It's just like you just don't forget it. It's just like maybe those songs are easier to sing along to, but it's just like it stays with you, man.
That song was also on Guitar Hero, right? So,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
oh man, Guitar Hero. I wish I.
Yeah, I unfortunately was not like one of the goated ones at Guitar Hero. I had some friends that were just insane, and like I just wasn't that good. I would
uh,
not be a pro gamer playing Guitar Hero on Twitch, that's for sure.
dude, I would love to see some of the freaks of nature play it these days. Like these, like
Oh, dude.
they're probably
Yeah.
destroy what we thought was good. They probably absolutely blow it
100%,
out of the
man.
water. But
Yeah.
um, okay, well, yeah, I almost I if I'm not I would have figured you and I would have had like really close musical taste, and I feel like I was pretty close. Like yeah, that's something about the '90s like semi. So I wasn't like skater like you, but I was trying to like more fit into like the popular crowd. I guess like, but like I didn't have a popular crowd though. Like it was like I just like wore the things I man, I don't even know how to explain it because I definitely was not cool.
Well, you
Um,
wanted to fit in. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So
yeah,
you
like
kind of dressed accordingly to fit in, and you might have acted a certain way to try and fit in. And for me, like my high school was super clicky. Okay, there was actual tables and areas for each clique.
oh
Okay,
yeah,
like
yeah. I know what you're
this
talking about.
high
Uh huh.
school was just like straight up like out of the movies when you see like the goth kids, the jocks, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like there's all the different groups, and they just like kind of did their own thing. And for me, I was one of those kids where everyone like knew me, and like everyone like knew who I was, and like I knew most people too. And it's just like when I'd walk through the halls and they would see me, they would say hey and stuff. But for me, like I just in high school, I kept to myself, man. I it was just me and my skateboard. I had a couple buddies that I would hang out with, but for the most part, like I was a renegade, man. I just kind of kept to myself. And I kind of like grew out of that like after high school, but for the most part, man, I kept to myself in high school. So I just didn't really want to be part of any of the cliques. I just wanted to do my own thing. So
Mm, yeah. High school. Sometimes I would love to just go like third person perspective over my high school self, but be able to hear what I was thinking. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I just want to be like, because I just want to be like, how was I just like, I don't know, was I crazy? Like, what was happening in my mind? Because hormones and all that stuff. But yeah, high school's crazy. I hope anyone that's watching this that like you guys can take a second to learn from us old guys that like whatever you're going through right now is gonna be not anything close to what you guys are thinking about in like 10 to 15 years. It's just it,
No.
it's not anything close. So
Yeah.
you guys can try hard all you want in this high school
Do
time.
not rush to grow up, man. Enjoy it.
Right.
Cherish it. It
Things
goes too fast.
right. It hits real fast and it hits real hard. So
It does.
hope you
Yeah.
guys hear that. Um, so speaking about growing up, your level 5 Shine Patrol is. And I'm very curious. This is a. I have not asked a similar question to this. I've yet to repeat any questions, but I've asked some questions a little bit differently to different people based off like the answers I would expect to receive. This is a brand new question that I thought of for you. Um,
It
what
feels so special. Let's go.
Time Patrol, what is for your level 5 question, what is the most inspirational action you've ever seen?
Inspirational action I've ever seen?
Yeah, like someone just did something and it completely inspired you and you were there to witness it.
Like in person?
Well, we live, I guess since we live in the digital age, if you just saw something online, that counts too. That can be a thing.
Something that really inspired me.
It can be at any point in your life, by the way. So,
Yeah. Um, you know what? I'm gonna keep it in the family on this one. And uh who truly inspired me? We're gonna go with my mom.
oh yeah? What'd she do?
Yeah. Well, it was me and my brother and my sister, so it was three of us, and um basically, things didn't work out with my dad, so they got a divorce when I was young. And so realistically, from a young age, it was just my mom that raised the three of us. And um, my dad was around as much as he could, and but at the end of the day, like my mom was going to school to be an accountant. We were barely getting by. She was, taking empties in to get milk for the table, and she made it work. And I just think I think that's truly inspiring to just just to give me those values, and just like that's what's made me who I am today. It's just like it's stuff like that that progresses through generations of just how to treat people, and like when things need to be done, you buckle down and you do it. And like she had kids that depended on her, and it wasn't easy. I know it wasn't easy for her, but she did what she had to, and she raised us, and I think she did a damn good job doing it. So like, that's truly inspiring for me, and it's gonna keep going, right? Like I don't have kids right now, but when I do, like I'm gonna, keep pushing that forward, and I'm gonna, do what I can, to be the best parent for those kids. And I'm going to pass those values down to them as well. So I just think that brings me back to family being my number one important thing in life. And I just feel like the core of human decency is in the family, and like that's where we learn how to treat other people, and how we hold ourselves. And like that's where we learn everything. And at the end of the day, if we can't learn it there, then it's just like it's going to affect other things in life as well, right? So it's just like I feel like the core fundamentals there are just very valuable and important. So yeah.
Wow. That is so deep. And I just want to say that is literally the perfect segue to level 6. And so usually I'd ask you some follow-up questions on level 5, but I think it'd be really important to address this for level 6 too. um Hey guys, just interrupting this video to remind you guys of the 6th level sub challenge, which means the first person who goes to Shine Patrol's chat after this video drops and says, I made it to the 6th level, we get gifted a sub to the Shine Patrol community by me. And if you already have a sub, I'll gift a free sub to the community. So, that being said, back to the video. So Shine Patrol, your level 6 question you unlocked the cheat code. I don't know how you did it, but your level 6
Game
question.
Shark.
Yeah, oh my gosh, Game Shark. Your level 6 question is real, really is, how should a person balance and collaborate their family with their work life? So,
I
uh,
don't know if I'm the best person to ask this question.
I think everything you've told us
uh,
so far makes me think you're the perfect person to ask this question. So,
yeah.
let me just like replay some things you've told us so far, and maybe we can build off that, right? So um, uh, you've said you just talked about your mom and how and what a crazy work ethic she had to provide for you and your two siblings, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
And we were just talking about family earlier, but I know personally that on stream, whenever I watch you on stream, in different things that you've had going, that you often bring your brother in. You said his name earlier. I believe you said Gizmo,
Captain Gizmo, yeah.
Captain Gizmo. Yeah,
Yeah.
and we've seen your sister. She has a Twitch name too, I believe, right?
Sister Shine, yeah.
She's just trying. That's right. And you're very family oriented. So yeah, you might say that you're not the best person to answer this question, but I feel like you are living it out in a very specific way. How would you say you handle bringing your family to everything you do? Is there a fine balance where the family is just like ends and work begins, or is it all ran through the middle? Like what? Like, well, how far into your career, into your passion, does your family go?
I mean, so the reason why I was like, I don't know if I'm the best person to answer this question, but it's just because like I do have like, workaholic tendencies where I do, I do work really hard at what I do. Um, so do sometimes, I take away from time with my loved ones. Yes. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
to put it bluntly, yes, I've done that. Um, I feel like I'm at a place where I don't have to do that as much as I used to. I felt like when I first started streaming that, that you really had to put in the time, you really had to put in the hard work to, build a community, to get to the place where you could feel like you could actually take a day off. You know what I mean? Like, and that was the grind, and I'm sure you felt that way before too, as well as any person trying to start streaming on Twitch.
Hmm.
It's a grind at the beginning. It's not easy work. It's you got to put in a lot of hours and a lot of hard work, and it's not something that's just given to build a community. And I've been truly blessed and grateful for the community that I've built. Um, but as far as my family goes, um, I have like the connection I have with my brother and my sister and my mom and dad and like everyone in my family. It's just like we are very very close. We're very invested in what each other are doing. So when it comes to what I'm doing, what I'm passionate about, my streaming and stuff like that, like they're 100% on board. So, when it came down to me wanting to do an insane marathon for BDSP, they didn't even hesitate. They're like, "Yeah, we're there. Tell us what days, what hours you need us, and we'll be there." And I even tried to offer them. I tried to offer to pay them money to do it, and they're like, they laughed at me. They're like, "You're not paying us money."
Hmm.
So it's just like it's just really cool to have a family to support what you're doing. I feel like to feel like supported is like the best thing that you can do for someone in this industry, because I feel like if you have a core of people that truly support you and just I feel like you can ride on that. Like that support like fuels me. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like that's what keeps me going is knowing I have that support. I mean, like I could do it just by myself and just, maybe it would be the same, maybe it wouldn't, but I know that support drives me. and I know I can always, they're always in my corner, right? So it's just really cool to have that, and it's just and I support them too, and it's a great time, and we have a great time together. Like I love streaming with my brother. Like you guys got to hang out with Captain Gizmo. He's awesome. He's really goofy, and he's just like, and the coolest thing is my brother and sister love Pokemon just as much as I do, so it just makes it really easy. So, I mean, they're not shiny hunt. Well, I mean, my sister started shiny hunting, so I can't say that anymore. But my brother, I haven't fully, caved him in yet. He just loves doing Nuzlocks and challenge runs and stuff. But at the end of the day, we all are very passionate about Pokemon. So when it comes down to making content together and playing Pokemon together, it's just easy. You know what I mean? That's what we do. So
Yeah, man. So, uh, I love that answer because you're right. And this even like what you're saying really hits me. So I know someone watching this it's gonna hit them in that same way. Um, there was like a time at the beginning of streaming where like I would like tell my friends about it, right? And like
yep,
they would, a group of them would maybe watch me right off the bat, right? And like, but people don't realize that like your stream doesn't pick up right off the bat. So like the consistent, even like like just like if you can remember back to the days when you very like first turned on stream and you were, it was you streaming to yourself and then you tell your friends about it and you get three or four of your buddies in there chatting it up
yeah,
and it was like a good time, right? But eventually,
yeah,
like if you don't get a couple of randos in there to filter out those friends, all of a sudden it's just like you streaming to yourself again, and like because you like and all of a sudden it always felt, man, I don't know, maybe this didn't happen to you, I don't know, but like it always just felt bad when like not all of my friends stuck around to keep watching my stream through that time before I had like people other than my friends watching my
yeah.
stream.
Well, I mean, it's when you're first starting out, it's rough because it's like, yeah, for a bit you are streaming to yourself. Like there's no one there, and the thing is, you gotta like find a way to like still make content like there is people there, because like if someone pops into that stream and you're just sitting there silently playing a game, they're probably gonna leave,
Right.
right? So it's
Right.
just like it was so weird and awkward and foreign when I first started, because there's just like I don't have experience. Like I started on Twitch about 2 years ago, and I have no experience doing any streaming, YouTube content, or anything like that prior to that. So this was brand new to me, and I was just like, I just kind of just did it. I don't know, and it was just awkward at the beginning. Like there's only so many things you can talk to yourself about before you just like, and it's hard too, because it's like it's a constant revolving door. Like one day you could have 10 people in your stream, and then the next day you have like one or two. You know what I mean? So it's just like it's hard to go through those dips, and
Hmm.
the one thing that I tell people that either want to start streaming or are streaming, and they're just like they feel like they're not growing, or they're just not getting the results they want, is at the end of the day, don't do this to make a career from it. Don't do this to get rich. Don't do this for any of those reasons. Do this because you enjoy playing video games. Do this because you want to have fun and you want to connect with people. Do it for those reasons. And if you do that and you're genuine, people will gravitate to that. And if it happens, you know what I mean? If you grow and you build a community, and you can maybe make a career out of it, great. That's fantastic. But don't expect that, and don't, cuz like it's gonna crush you, and it's gonna be
Hmm.
hard on your mental, and it's just at the end of the day, video games are supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be fun, man. I feel a lot of people lose sight of that. A lot of people do, like, especially being a shiny hunter, like, we'll grind at looking for this different colored Pokemon for, a long ass time, and, like, I feel like sometimes we push it, and we get to that point where we get frustrated, and then we're just, like, we're getting upset and getting annoyed, and it's just like, that's a space where we're not supposed to be, you know what I mean? Like, I always say, like, don't give up on a shiny hunt, just take a break, you know what I mean? If you feel like you're getting frustrated and you're not having fun anymore, take a break, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. So true.
take a break, because, like, realistically, like, I do this because I genuinely love doing this. I do, like, it's people ask me, like, "Don't you get bored of it?" I'm like, "No, I don't." Like, I mean, maybe I'm just a different breed, I don't know, but I genuinely love doing this. I love doing the same thing over and 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 over until it's different.
Sometimes up to like, 8,000 times, 9,000
I
times,
mean, who knows? You could go 8 months,
Yeah.
35,000 for a stupid green Zubat. I don't
Right.
know. Like, you never know.
Um, so I pushed us down a rabbit trail there, and then I do not regret it because I think that was a really important thing that needs to be said to a lot of different people. But I am curious, back to the topic of more of like the family matter of things. Um, what would you say is like in a I guess a good okay, I'll give you a hypothetical. Okay.
Eh,
Let's say streaming becomes your full-time career. Okay, and you are absolutely crushing it. So let's say a year from now you average 10,000 viewers. Like you're really living that stream dream, right? um and you also are now a family man, and you so you know you are in your partnership with your partner, and you guys have a child, maybe two, maybe three. How much of streaming do you think you would bring back to your family, and how much of your family do you think you would bring to your stream? You know what I mean? Like, not necessarily like the actual people, but like how much overlap is there in those two lives of your career that is
there
streaming and your family?
I feel like there's a huge overlap. There's a huge overlap because you know what? At the end of the day, that community is my family as well. So, I look at the Shine Squad as a part of my family. That is my family.
Okay.
So, are they going to overlap? 100% they're going to overlap. If there's big milestones happening in my life, the Shine Squad's going to know about it. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to be a part of like big things in my life, just like my partner and my kids is going to be a part of my life. You know what I mean? So, 100% there's going to be overlap, and at the end of the day, if anything comes up important wise that I need to be there for and not be on Twitch, I know my community will be behind me and they'll support me and they'll be there when I come back, you know what I mean? So it's just like there's overlap, but it's just like it's all one. I see it as one. You know
Mm.
what I mean? Because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, if that's what I'm doing, that's my career, that is also supporting my family. So you know what I mean? If that's paying the bills and putting food on the table, it's just one, man. It's all part of the puzzle.
Do you think every career has the ability to say that?
Every career?
Yeah, like so, careers that aren't content creating.
I feel like content creating it is special. I feel I don't think you can compare it to most careers because we just have that opportunity to really connect with people from all over the world. And like what I did prior to what I'm doing now is I was a crane operator. And that a career like that is I go to work and I come home, there really isn't any overlap, you know what I mean? Like I would just go to work and do my job and then come home, and you know what I mean? So it's
Mm-hmm.
just like I feel like there's um a lot more interactiveness. Like the cool thing is it's like if I wanted to hang out with my partner per se, I would just bring her on stream and I would just stream with her. Now it's like now I'm still working, but I get to hang out with her at the same time and we get to do something together that we like doing. So it's just like I feel like there's not a lot of careers that have that opportunity, right?
Yeah, definitely
Plus,
not.
plus, I'm at home. I get to work from home.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know what I mean? So it's just like
Yeah.
I do feel like it's special, and I mean, there are other careers that you could relate to it for sure, but when it comes down to it, like with your question, yeah, I would say it's, you know, doing this is a special job, and it does have its perks.
Yeah. Well, man, I can't think of a better answer for that. And like I said, you've been building up that conversation for question 6 this whole time. So that's
That's what I do.
awesome. Like I said, I don't know who sent you these questions beforehand, but yeah, no. Well, we are now at the 7th level, and our 7th level for season 1 of 7 levels is a recurring question, and that is, what is a change in the world you would like to see but aren't sure that you can implement?
Mm, I mean, I wouldn't say I don't have the power to do it because I feel like what I would like to change is, you know, it's minor, but I feel like on the platform that we're on, like I can try and, you know, at least you know, put a voice to it. And it's all the hate, dude. Like as humans,
Mm,
we have the power to show so much love, but we also have the power to show a lot of hate. And it's just really sad to see that a lot of people choose to show hate when we have the power to show like the power of like love that we can show as humans is just it's mind blowing, dude. It's we can change the world, dude. Like just passing someone and just giving them a smile, you know, can change that person's whole day. You know what I mean? Like just like it can be so small, but it can also be really big too. So it's just like it's really sad to see all the hate in the world right now, and it's just and not just right now, but like forever. And it's just like I just wish more people would choose to, you know, use the power of love instead of the power of hate because, you know, it would make this world a way better place. And you know, I keep it simple. I say it all the time, but like the way I live my life is I just treat others the way I'd like to be treated. And I feel like it's very generic, but it's simple and it works, and it, it works for me. So
yeah.
you know what I mean? I just wish like other people would have that fundamental that just like, you know, treat others the way you'd like to be treated. It's just it's simple. It's so simple.
Yeah. The golden rule. Do you think that streamers are have to actually, okay, so this is a hard one to word, I guess, but like it I feel like streamers end up publicly giving a first impression to hundreds of people a night, right? So like, if
Yep.
you go back and watch your VOD back or whatever, there's, 400 this night, 500 that night, 2000 this night, or whatever it might be. And that interactions that night, first impressions each night. Um Whenever we're talking about like this, golden rule, doing treat others the way you want to be treated. Um do you think it's harder when that many people are being put in front of you each night?
I don't think it really matters on how many people there are. You know, I try my best to not focus on, you know, the viewership count while I'm streaming. I mean, a little more so like while I've been on the partner push, but At the end of the day, I'm gonna treat my community the same whether there's 10 people watching me or whether there's 600 people watching me, you know what I mean? Like it's I'm still going to give everyone obviously when the chat's bigger and it's a lot of people are chatting, it's hard to give everyone, the time of day that you would normally like to if it's a slower stream. You can spend more time with like each individual viewer at that rate, but like at the end of the day, like I'm still going to treat others the way I would like to be treated. Like sometimes we're gonna joke around about stuff and like I'm gonna razz some people and I'm gonna, have fun and like we like to poke fun at each other and I feel like that's just making content. But at the end of the day, everyone knows that, I do have a big heart and I look after my community and I make sure everyone's safe and at the end of the day, like I make people feel welcome. When they come to the chat, like Kate was telling me the other day, she's like, I think it's so cool how like when someone comes in the chat and like you call them out by like their first name or just by a different name than their username on Twitch. And she's like, that just shows to me that like you like actually like genuinely care about them and you know who they are and like you actually care to like get to know them a bit more because at the end of the day, content to me or streaming on Twitch or whatever you're doing, it's not just about playing the video game. I feel like playing the video game is a small fraction of what making content is. Okay. People are coming to Twitch to not only watch you play a game, but to connect with you. And that's something that I've really been thinking about and trying to improve on is the fact that they want to connect with you. That's why they're there. That's why there's a chat. If that wasn't the purpose of Twitch, there wouldn't be a chat. You know what I mean? We would
Mm.
just be playing the video games. So it's just like I feel like really being personable and connecting and just like giving people the time of day, whether it's they're like kind of off topic and they just randomly say something or whatever, just like, like still, give them like a time of day and just kind of talk to them a bit. And just like, I feel like that connection is just like so important and so valuable that like that's like a huge reason why they're on Twitch is because, like a lot of people don't know how to like actually connect with people IRL, if you want to say it that way. You know what I mean? A lot of people struggle to, make those connections in real life, and it's easier for them to do it online. And I understand that, and I relate to that. So for me to, like really just, it just goes back to like treating them how I want to be treated, and it's just like, you know what I mean? It's just like connecting with them is just really important. I feel like I'm just spinning tires here, but it's just yeah.
No, I completely understand what you're saying. It's like it's really um the personal touch, right? It's really that like doing something that's so public, so like it's everywhere, and then somehow making it personal to each person that comes in. That is really that like that standing out touch for building the community, right? Is being able to just like
Oh, 100%. Yeah, and
and
it's just like it's cool that we can do stuff like, VIP badges and stuff, but like for me like when I see like one of my members of the Shine Squad that's legit like there every stream like like when they say hi to me in the chat like I'm going to like I'm gonna be like, yo, what's up, dude? Like, I'm gonna like pop off a little bit. I'm gonna like, welcome them in. And then like, or I'll just kind of like casually say hi like to people and like I welcome everyone in the chat, but just like, like I'm gonna make you guys feel special. And it's just like, cause like I appreciate it, man. Like for someone to be there every stream and like to use all that free time to support me and what I'm doing. It's just like, it's so surreal, man. I don't understand it. I don't feel like I deserve that time, but it's just like,
mhm,
it, it's so surreal, man. It's
yeah.
so cool to see that, people like just get behind something and support it. And it's just like, I always say it all the time. Like I'm just me. I'm just a dude with a couple controllers, man. Like the community is what makes it so special. You know what I mean? Like if it wasn't for the community and like what they do, bringing all that energy to the chat and just like I would just be there playing video games by myself. You know what I mean? So it's just like for me to think that it's just all me and like that I'm nothing without them, like because I'm straight up nothing without. I mean, I wouldn't say that, but I'm just saying like
I
we
understand.
got to acknowledge, like they're a huge part of this. Like, like when we're pushing for partner, like we're doing it together, and that's why I don't like to call it my channel. It's a community.
It's the Shine
You know what I
Squad.
mean? 100%.
Yeah, man. Well, I love that. Shine, thank you so much for being so honest and open and just being willing to really talk and explain about all the stuff that you got going, like that, that you think about all these questions. I appreciate it. Congratulations. That is 7 levels with Lionheart. I really
We
appreciate
made
that.
it.
But you
Ma,
know
we
what?
made it.
We did make it. I remembered that I got so caught up in how flawlessly you segued us into level 6 that I forgot to mention the 6 level sub challenge, which so if you guys
Oh
are
yeah.
still watching right here, I'm gonna put an edit further back so you guys are probably already seeing this, but just there is a 6 level sub challenge. If you're the first person to go into ShinePatrol's stream after this video goes live and say I made it to level 6, Shine will DM me and you will get a gifted sub to Shine's channel. Or if you already sub, I will gift a free sub to Shine's channel. Um, uh,
Boom, there it is.
Boom. So yeah, again, you guys will probably see that an edit that I throw in there, but this is the live one. This is the one that happened just now. But uh, but yeah, Shine Patrol, thank you so much for being on this. I really appreciate it. This has been great. I've been really looking forward to this interview. Right when I asked you about it, you were so down and willing to do it. It was just a matter of getting the stars to
Yeah,
align.
it took us some time to just line up the schedules. I mean,
That's just
doesn't help that you're 3 hours ahead of me too.
yeah,
So I
right.
know it's a
Oh
lot later
gosh,
for you right now, but I'm exhausted myself. But I'm
yeah,
glad we could finally do this, and I'm truly grateful for you inviting me to be a part of this because I think it's just really cool to just a get to know you a lot better and just to hang out with you for we haven't had a chance to hang out like this before, so I think
oh
that's
yeah,
really cool, and for others to get to know me a bit better too. So I think it was a win-win, and I enjoyed it. It was fun.
good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm really excited. I can't wait to put it out. But Shine, go ahead, take a second. Tell us what you got going up. What are the future plans for the channel? What are you thinking?
Well, so we kind of talked about it a bit, but basically we recently started a partner push about a month ago, and I don't know what to say about the Pokemon community on Twitch, but it's just been nothing but support and so much love, man. And I'm just like, I mean, like, I felt like they would be supportive, but it just kind of blew me out of the water of how supportive they were. And it just feels like everyone's behind me on this, and like I feel like I'm not doing it alone. And it's just been so cool. It's also been, it's had its moments where it's a little stressful too, you know what I mean? Like the mental game of like pushing for partner and trying to achieve that goal, and it's not an easy task to reach that 75 average viewership for 30 days. It's
Yeah,
tough.
yeah.
It's a high bar.
Mm-hmm.
Um and it took a lot, but apparently all we needed to do to unlock the partner button was just stream for 69 hours straight.
That's all they ever
Apparently
want.
that's all you gotta do. Okay, if you guys want to become a partner or unlock that button, just stream for 69 hours straight. Okay, easy clap.
Easy. That's the unlock code. That's the yep.
That's it.
That's how you do it. Yeah. Well, yes. I your I can definitely say from the outside looking in, your channel has made leaps and bounds this year. And not I'm not just your. I sorry again. I need to break that habit because it's so easy. It's such an easy way to say it. But you've told me multiple times this interview that's not how you mean it. Your community has made leaps and
Yeah,
bounds, and
yeah.
it's and just even the fact that you address it that way is pretty spectacular and incredible. And I'm happy to know you, ShinePatrol. I've been very happy to do 7 levels with you. Thank you so much for being here. Um, so
But I know you guys are waiting for another showdown event. Okay.
I am. I know I am. You got something to tell
There's
us?
one there's one in the works, okay?
Oh,
It's in the works. There is no date planned, but it's in the works, okay?
so there is something coming. Okay, good to know. Good to know.
I'll
I
leave you with one word.
okay, okay.
Underground.
Ooh, okay, okay. For you Pokemon crew that might be late to your Brilliant Diamond and Shiny Pearl adventure. Maybe you guys have just been shiny hunting the briefcase a little too long. There is an incredible world that is
Don't
underground.
give up. Don't give up on the briefcase. It will shine eventually.
Yeah,
Don't give up.
don't stop, don't stop. Just know there's some really fun stuff ahead of you. Like so, just yeah. Once you get that thing you really need, just get ready because it's about to get crazy around the corner. Wow, I can't
little
wait.
little side note here. The 7 levels, okay? I don't know if you know what 7-Eleven is,
I do the
like the
gas
convenience
station. Yeah,
stores.
yeah.
So it's giving me that vibes right now, and that's super nostalgic for me because that's where I got my first pack of Pokemon cards.
Really?
So every time I open Pokemon cards, it always brings me back to when I was younger. I would mow lawns, I would shovel driveways, I would do chores around the house, whatever I could to get money. Because my parents, the way they raised me was like if I wanted something like that, like I would have to earn it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't get like they would pay for stuff that I needed, but like if I wanted something, like I would have to earn it. So I just remember, like mowing a lawn and just like getting on my bike, going 30 minutes down the road to the 7-Eleven and grabbing a couple packs of Pokemon cards and just opening that, just smelling like lawn clippings and yeah, it brings me back to that every time I open up a pack of Pokemon cards. So just like it brings me back to that every time. And that's why I still love to do it. We do some pack openings on stream sometimes as well. And every time a new set comes out, we're just doing that and we're just having fun with it. And yeah, it's nostalgia, man.
You gotta love it. I took a
Seven
huge break.
levels.
I took a huge break off Pokemon cards, and now here
Oh,
I.
I'm on a break right now too.
Oh, I'm back on the
I,
bender, dude. I got
oh, the
two
whole time
evolutions right
we've been
here.
doing this, I just been eyeing up those cards behind you.
They're just sitting right here. Yeah. I can't wait to open those. I'm super excited. Even the Evolving Skies artwork, I love it. I love it.
Yo,
But
Lion, treat me. Open a pack.
I'll open a pack for you. I'll open a pack
Let's
right
do
now.
this.
I'll
Let's
open a
do
pack right
this.
now.
Hell yeah.
All right. So, here, let me shift the screen for the community and turn on my autofocus really quick. Boom, boom. Okay. Autofocus should be on.
What we got? Evo Skies? What is
Yeah,
this?
yeah, yeah. We are opening Evolving Skies, and we got almost broke it. And we got this is an Umbreon pack. Is the autofocus working?
It seems to be. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Dude, if I pull something crazy right here, Shine, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm losing my mind.
It's gotta happen.
4 off the top. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Shine. Oh, I already showed you. Wait, did you see it?
Steel energy.
See? Shine with a brilliant prediction. Oh, my light's too high. Let me pull it down a little bit. All
All
right.
right. Beautiful.
Ribbon badge. Zuelos. Zinnia's Resolve. Eevee. I love this Eevee card. Beautiful.
Right?
Temple.
You see Rayquaza flying in the sky?
Just chilling
above
like a
Eevee?
legendary.
Dude. Yeah.
Beautifly. Applin. Sableye. Reverse Hollow Hitmonchan. I'm going to give that one to my roommate because he loves that card. So that's actually clutch. Last card. Last card, Shine. What you
Come
got
on,
for
baby.
me? Hollow
Ooh.
Raichu. Come on
Raichu
now.
Hollow. Let's go.
Actually, so I'm building up my collection, which that huge thing up there. So I
Yeah.
love every hollow I come by. So very stoked.
Dude, there's a Rotom in the back too. That's sick.
Okay, so if you're a fan of cards, let me show you. One last thing, guys, before we break up. So I went for Thanksgiving. I went and raided my old Pokemon collection at home. And do you have any of these?
No, dude. That's so sick though.
I have a
I got
Pikachu.
nothing
There's a Charizard up
from-
there.
Yeah, I got nothing from my childhood, unfortunately, man.
They used to give these out at like freaking like McDonald's or something like that, and
Yeah, dude, those are so sick.
so, but yeah, so that's my new
That's
Pokemon
dope.
collection. So I'm excited about
Nice.
that. But yeah, sorry, ShinePatrol, thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate you so much. You've been great. I hope you had a good time. I'm glad we could finally make this work out. All that's left for us now is to say goodbye to YouTube. So, yeah, goodbye, everybody.
Peace out, YouTube. Thank you so much. And Lion, thank you so much. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thank you. All right.